Hi, everyone. Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. I hope you're doing well. You're the best, and it's time for another installment of the weekly Track Roundup, where I go over what I felt were the worst and best and in-between tracks of the week. They're all linked down below. Every song I talk about linked down below, along with our Turntable Lab link. We get kickback from that, along with our Patreon page. Get some extra bonus monthly content that supports the channel. Check it out. And of course, a sponsorship link from our good friends over at The Ridge. They still make these nifty, awesome, sexy, sleek, minimalist, metal-plated wallets that fit nicely in your front pocket. Hit up that link down below. Promo code MELON, 10% off. Cool. Worst tracks of the week, we have a couple. Just a couple. One, this new one, Whipski from Stott and Lil Skies. It is easily one of the most generic tracks I've heard from both of these guys. Utterly uninspired outside of the hook being okay. Both of them came onto the scene with a splash, and it's just unfortunate that every new single that I hear just seems to be more and more forgettable, but whatever. We have a new one also from Lil Tecca, where his vocals and just the overall track is just really slovenly and unkempt and messy, not really in a good way. It's just not very well put together. Just sounds sloppy and low effort. I don't know. I think that's really all there is I can pull from this one. And let's get into the tracks that I thought were kind of meh, just okay. Not blowing me away, but you might like them more than me. Starting off with a new one from Zillakami and Lil Uzi Vert. Interesting to hear their respective energies on a track. I mean, it's really a Zillakami cut after the end of the day. At the end of the day with Lil Uzi on it. So, of course, you have those heavy metal riffs, the scream vocals, Uzi on the back end doing his thing. Not the best track I've heard from either of these artists, but they complement each other in a strangely surprising way. We also have a new one from Westside Gunn, which is okay, I guess. I mean, he really waits until the second half of the track to truly start spitting. And while Westside Gunn is known for his ad-libs, they really do kind of overtake the track for the most part on this one. Just really overbearing, just a bit too much. We've also got a new one from 21 Pilots, which I gave this one a review over on the Fantano channel, and it was a relatively positive review, and I don't think it's that bad of a track, but the more distance I get between having heard this song, the less of it I really recall, or and the more I feel that it's really just not left much of an impression on me. I mean, stylistically, the track is okay. It sounds like a sweet combination of pop rock and new wave. It feels like some old school Killers to a degree. The structure is relatively solid, but there's just not really much all that special about the sound of the track overall, in my opinion. I think I'll sort of wait to see if this grows on me in the track list of the new record, and hopefully, the rest of the record is more exciting than this. I guess I'll say that. We have a new one from Sampa the Great, Tony Allen on it as well, and digging how funky this track is and how psychedelic the effects are on it as well. Let me get you the title of this one. Stumbling Down. Yes, it's got some thick W effects all over it as well, which is not too bad. The vocals are a little more buried than I would like them to be, but the drums are killer, so give it a shot. Give it a listen. We have a Prince, a posthumous album on the way. The title track from it, Welcome to America. It's a bit of a preachy cut. It's got some statements about the world, technology, so on and so forth. Honestly, it's a little dragged out. I think there are a lot of fans that aren't necessarily going to be messing with this one, but I think the sentiment is there, and Prince's heart is in the right place on the track, and the background singers are great. The bass sounds awesome. Overall, the production's pretty clean, but I think he really just kind of overdid, the statements a little bit too much. It just got kind of preachy in an unappealing way, I suppose, as much as I agree with a lot of what's being said on the track. We also have one from Polo G, Rapstar, and I don't know, while I think sonically it's a slight improvement over some of the stuff that was on, the GOAT, I think he's just stylistically painting himself into a corner more and more and more with each new single. The melodic vocals were okay, but I wasn't really hearing much in terms of like a strong chorus on the track, so not his strongest instance of songwriting either. I wouldn't call it terrible. I wouldn't say he's fallen off or anything like that, but he's just really failing to evolve in any significant way or outdo, his past stuff, which I did like quite a bit. All right, McCartney. Imagined, the new version of his last record, where he's bringing on collaborators and remixers and that sort of thing to sort of reimagine McCartney 3. This one, EOB of Radiohead fame, coming through with a remix of the track Slidin. It's almost like a more aggressive, sped up version of that very chaotic rock track. I suppose it sort of turns up the heat a little bit, but I wasn't too crazy about the song to begin with, so, it's not like the remix is kind of reinventing the wheel, I guess, but give it a listen, give it a try. Certainly it is an interesting meeting of the minds, for sure. All right, we have a new one from Leon Vynehall, new record on the way this month, at the end of this month, specifically. And Exhale is the name of this track, and it is a really strange psychedelic techno cut with a ton of effects on it. Not a whole lot in terms of rhythm, but that sort of seems to be the point. It's a bit of a surreal listen. Try it out. We also have a new one from the band Crumb. It's okay dream pop, I suppose, a little bland in my opinion. Not all that stand out, but I know that there are some people who mess with this group way more than I do. And also we have one from Andy Stott, which is an interesting change of pace for him, with Alison Skidmore on vocals. All I can really say about this track is it sounds like it belongs in the Twin Peaks soundtrack. It really, truly does. It really, truly does, and I will leave it there. Okay, best tracks of the week. The ones that really stood out to me were Babam, YUKIKA, a pop artist from Korea with Japanese roots, new EP out now. Secret is the track I would like to point to you. Really peppy, catchy as hell cut, great bouncy production, bit of a disco flair to it as well. I can't wait to try out the rest of the EP for sure. We've also got one from Tkay Maidza, Syrup. Brand new banger. It's a little on the short side, but it's still got a lot of flavor, a lot of personality, big Missy influence as well. Liking it. We also have a new one from Tierra, which is pretty eclectic and fun. And we've also got one from Sematary, a project that I've been a little on the fence with for a bit, but this track, Crucifixion, is a brutally abrasive bit of, I guess, trap, black metal, and industrial noise. Give it a try. It's pretty freaky. We also have a new one from Jasiah with Rico Nasty on it, though her feature is way too short. TheHxliday is on it as well. It is an insane banger, high energy, lots of guts, a lot of blood splashed all over the wall. We also have one from a Japanese Breakfast. I wasn't too crazy about the last teaser from this record, and nor was I the first portion of this track, but I am sold on the ending. The ending is great. Posing in Bondage is the name of the song. And again, it's just got like a really powerful finish and an intro that really kind of brings up the tension, puts you into a lull, and I didn't really expect the finish to be as heavy and as layered as it was. I'm hoping this level of ambition continues onto the rest of the new LP. We also have one from G Perico, and it's not a new track. Sorry, it's not a brand new track, but the music video is new, and that's kind of what I got introduced to the track. My brain is not working right now. Come on, Anthony, talk. Fuck. The music video is what turned me onto the track to begin with, and it's a really cool piece of gangster rap with a fantastic beat. Tom Tom Club sample as well. If I remember correctly, Mariah Carey, you guys might remember the same sample being used in her stuff as well. We have a new one from SZA and Doja Cat, Kiss Me More. This one is a summer smash. I think Doja is kind of going for a bit more of a say-so vibe on this track again, you know, knowing how big of a track that song was. But I mean, if that is the case, to me, this is like Say-So 2.0. Instrumental's better, song is better, SZA kills it on the back end. It almost has a bit of a 90s flair to it, you know, like, I don't know, almost like to a degree, like an Ace of Base thing, a little bit. I like it. I dig it. I think it's really cool. And I hope she keeps dropping bangers this great. We also have one from Darkside. It's really experimental and really noisy. I can't believe Nicholas Jar is making something this weird under the Darkside name, but hell yeah, The Limit is the title of the track, and looking forward to hearing things getting even stranger on the new record. We have one from CupcakKe, Mickey. This is lyrically one of her most insane songs ever. Instrumentally, too. The instrumental's kind of nuts to the point where I don't know if I'm all that into the instrumental, but I am very much into, look, I'll say this. Her mind, the stuff that she just will throw into a verse casually is conceptually more insane than, like, you know, one of your favorite rappers just sitting there thinking of a bar like forever. I can't believe just the insanity that bubbles to the top of her head in a verse. But I love it. I love it. We also have one from the band Courting. They have a brand new EP out. Grand National is the title of the cut. And it's just like a really good rockin' piece of post-punk with a great performance. Really raw, really energetic, fantastic. And Conway the Machine, everybody, Conway the Machine, new album on the way. First taste from it right here. Blood Roses is the title of the track, and it's just really grimy. It's nasty. It's got that classic Griselda, you know, sort of throwback type of sound, and some cool flow switch ups from Conway as well. Looking forward to the new LP. And that is going to be it for the weekly track roundup, everybody. Remember, everything I talk about in this video, it's linked down below so you can check it out for yourself. And mwah. Okay, see you in the next one. Forever.